Once again, Finland has been voted the happiest country in the world. Which makes you think, what is so special about Finland? Is it the thousands of beautiful, clear lakes? The hundreds upon hundreds of miles of untouched forest? The fact that there are more saunas than cars? Or maybe, just maybe, it's because it's home to the greatest sport in the world that you never knew existed. This is pesäpallo. Hello and welcome to a beautiful sunny day here in Meilahti in Helsinki for another version of the English game. It's a game of pesäpallo and I'm joined with Tony Jones. I'm Iain Alba. We'll be your hosts today on this feed. Tony, how are you doing?
Thank you. I'm doing very, very well. It is an absolutely beautiful day here in Meilahti, and temperature is about 20 degrees, so about 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Sunny, couldn't be better for a pesäpallo match.
It's absolutely perfect weather here. We've had a lot of rain in Helsinki the last few days, thunderstorms, but today it looks like it's going to be nice and clear. This is a pesäpallo game, sometimes referred to as Finnish baseball, but it's not the baseball that most people will be familiar with. But Tony, you're very familiar with baseball, aren't you? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, I've been involved with baseball since I was a small child back in California, and got involved with baseball here in Finland in 1997, and have been involved ever since. Involved on the playing level, on the club level, on the official side, and now with the baseball 5 side.
And baseball is still growing here in Finland, but pesäpallo is the national sport. One of the aims of this broadcast is to try and help expand the audiences for pesäpallo. We saw that last year with the English game. How did it feel to be part of that?
Oh, that was an amazing experience. It was truly a wonderful event. A first time for me to really talk about it on such a level and introduce it to the world, and try to get the terminology correct that people could really get into the game and learn about it at the same time.
Because if you're familiar with baseball, this will seem pretty strange to you. So last year and this year we've put together some clips and some videos to help people try and get to know the game a little better. Of course, we'll be talking through some of those things during the broadcast as well. But if anybody wants to know any more about this sport and you want to pause, go and read about it, look at some of the videos, there's some great resources now available, not only on the Puna-Mustat website, but also on the Pesis Roundup website as well. So we'll be putting the links up occasionally on that one as well. So, Tony, we talked a little bit about the English game a moment ago. Obviously, there were some successes that followed that because both teams last year were in the Suomensarja.
Yes.
This year, they are now in Pesis.
Yeah, this is a whole new ball game essentially that they've both reached promotion and have climbed up to the next level and are one step away from Pesis. So this is a really big event. A lot of stuff happening here, especially for Puna-Mustat, who are in the upper echelon of Pesis at the moment. Could you tell us a little bit more about how did we get here?
Well, absolutely. If you watched last year, you'll remember that end of the season win that Pumo had against Tahko. From there, they went on to play in the playoffs. Their first game did not go to plan. They had home field advantage in a best-of-3 series, but lost that opener here to Iain. And when you've lost that first game out of a best-of-3, It's really tough to come back, but
Yeah, very
credit
much.
where it's due, this Pumu side came back and they won their 2 remaining games in that series, and they really didn't look back. The real challenge came not in the semi-finals against UPV, but actually in the finals against Vasa. Now that is a hungry, young side, really hungry for that promotion.
If I'm not mistaken, Voss was the favorite coming into this.
They were the favourites last year to be promoted. There was a lot of talk about them getting their shot. But in the end, it was Puna-Mustat who prevailed. They earned their spot. And, well, here we are in the second tier of Finnish baseball.
And we're talking about promotion again, possibly.
Absolutely. We'll come on to that in a little bit, but of course then we've got the opponents for today, which is Siilinjärven Pesis. Now, this side finished 3rd in their group last year, but they had to bye straight the way through to the finals because of the way that the matchups went with some teams that were ineligible to be promoted. But they won that series 2-0. The final game in the series was in extra innings, so it was not a done deal. But, you know, there's a lot of storylines for both of these clubs and how they're shaping up ahead of today.
Wonderful. What do we have in store for us today?
Well, today's game is Puna-Mustat, the home side here in Helsinki, against Siilinjärven Pesis, some 200 or so miles away to the north and east. The Puna-Mustat team, they've been growing, and as a club, they've been growing as well. They made headlines last year, which is almost unheard of for a team in this division, but they made headlines by making some key signings.
Our main signing was Puhtimäki.
That's right. So Juha Puhtimäki was not only a silver medalist last year, so he was runner-up in the men's championship. Not only was he pitcher of the year, he was also the all-star pitcher as well. He's got a history of championships and silver medals under his belt as well as all of that. And he said, I'm going to Helsinki. I'm going to play for the newly promoted Puna-Mustat, the red and black side. I mean, it's unheard of.
That
And
must have been a big get for Puna-Mustat.
Huge, absolutely huge. But actually, one of the other names that sort of goes under the radar is a fellow teammate from Monza. That's Levi Lehto. Now, he is a really important player for this side, and he was a really important player for Monza as well. So, again, having that kind of caliber on this side is massive. So they've really stepped up with those reinforcements.
So they didn't just lay down, be happy with promotion. They went out and reinforced their lineup and it's paid off. Like we said, they're in 3rd place now, looking at a possible promotion, playing very, very well at the moment.
Absolutely. And so another way that they've strengthened this side is signing a farm team deal with Monza as well. So Monza's rosters, they run deep. They've got a lot of players. Having that opportunity to have dual representation here in Helsinki is massive. And in fact, there's a few players today who have also featured for Tampere Monza side as well.
What does this mean for pesäpallo in Helsinki? Because they don't have a Super Pesis team here. And the striving to get back into Super Pesis after all these years, where are we at with that shift?
Yeah, well, they don't have a men's Super Pesis team, but they do have a women's Super Pesis team. And in fact, they are doing incredibly well at the moment, and that's Roihutret. They have claimed their first post-season victory when they've won their first series and have advanced already, which is a first for the club, and it's incredible, not just for them, but for the region as well. But when we're talking about Puna-Mustat, there's so much going on behind the scenes as well, because not only have we also seen the growth in the men's game, but in the youth sides as well. So one of our commentators from last year, Mikko Pirhonen, he can't be here today because he is coaching. He's coaching the academy team as I speak, and that is for Espoo. Now, they were nowhere last year, that Espoo side, and all of a sudden, they are mid-table. They are, in fact, currently ahead of last year's English game opponents, Hyvinkää in the Suomen-sarja.
Fantastic. That's great news for pesäpallo in Helsinki, Puna-Mustat in particular.
Yeah. And of course, it doesn't stop there either, because we also have a bit of history being made already this week. We've had the boys' Super Pesis side earning their first ever post-season appearance this week for Puna-Mustat. So a huge moment for the club, a huge moment for the region. And you can tell that this sport is growing.
Yeah.
Because you were here with me the other day at the Kankaanpää game. We had a record crowd here.
For a Wednesday game, to have a crowd of over 1,000 people here is big news. That it shows that people are interested, and Puna-Mustat is putting out a good product on the field, which makes a huge difference. And now the people are showing up.
And when we look at the other side, because of course this is a Puna-Mustat production today, but it is not the only side that we will be talking about, of course. So Siilinjärven Pesis. Now, Siipe, they've struggled in the past, and it's been a heartbreaking story for them. In 2021, they finished 14th in the regular season out of 15 places, which meant that they ended up in a relegation battle with Hamina. They won that series 3-2 in a best of 5. Hamina were relegated. Siipe had to play on in order to earn their spot. And play on they did, because they beat the hopeful promotion team, Oulun Lippo, who had thrown a lot of money at the question of promotion. And unfortunately for them, they came up short in Game 5 at home in front of the home crowd on the 19th of September 2021. So that's the good bit. The heartbreak came just a few weeks later when Siipe announced that they couldn't keep their place in Super Pesis. They couldn't meet any of the requirements. And that team, it completely disintegrated.
What was the result of that? Where do we go from there? Did the team completely vanish, or?
Well, as a team, yes. But as a club, no. Because Siipe at the time had a second team, effectively, in Suomen-sarja in 2021. So they continued. And it's that team that are playing today. There's still a few members of that team from 2021 that are here today, but there is only one player who played in that Super Pesis side that is here today, and that is Sebastian Lahti.
Okay.
So that's how it's shaping up with those two teams today. We're going to cut now to an interview with Markus Hakala, who unfortunately won't be playing today, but he is a Pumu-grown player. That's his breeder club. He's been here throughout his career.
Wonderful.
Markus, thank you for joining me. What do you think are the most important factors that will help decide this game against Siipe?
So I think the most important factors to the Siipe game would be that our defense has been pretty solid and stable during the whole season. So I think if we can hit the necessary runs on the offense, then I think it will be enough to secure a win from that game.
And how would you describe Puna-Mustat's season this year?
I think we have improved a lot in the season. I feel like the further the season has went, the better we've been playing, so a lot of improvement there.
Now, Siipe were also promoted in 2024 up to Ykköspesis, but Pumu are currently towards the top end of the table. What do you think's been the most important factor in Pumu's success over the last couple of seasons?
Pumu as a organization has been taken major steps over the last couple of seasons. So we have a very good people around this organization to organize and taking care of things. So it has been amazing to see Pumu's success over the last couple of years. So I think that has been the main factor for that.
Thank you, Marcus.
Thank you.
So, Tony, nice little interview there from Marcus. We're now down here on the field, so we've got to see exactly how it looks down from the ground.
This is a special place to be down here on the field. You really get a different perspective of it down here. It is really a lot of space to deal with. The width of the batting area at the front is very narrow, and it widens out at the end. You need to see this in person to really feel what it's like out here.
Now, we touched on a moment ago what this game means, because the current standings, Puna-Mustat are currently third. Now, the first two teams are playing each other today. In fact, all of the men's Pesis teams are playing each other today. It's a Super Saturday, and there is a lot up for stake, because if Puna-Mustat win here today and they get 3 points, there is a chance that they can leapfrog second place Jyväskylä, Kiri, into that second place, because that is something that they really want.
Definitely would help them in the playoffs to have that first round bye. So they're playing for everything today.
Yeah. Now, Jyväskylä are also playing against Koskenkorva, who are currently top of the table. There'll be some questions if they will be resting a few players. They know they're already going to finish top. There's no way they can finish anywhere else. But if Koskenkorva take all the points and Puna-Mustat do as well, that is going to mean so much for this team.
So this is a very key Saturday of pesäpallo with all the teams playing at the same time. So 6 matches being played starting at 4 o'clock today.
If that wasn't enough, there's also the games between the teams below them, because very, very close between the 4th, 5th and 6th place teams. That's Pohjan Pesis, Kankaanpää and Kanaksen Urre. Those 3 teams, any one of them could be Puna-Mustat's opponents in the first round of the playoffs if they don't get that bye. Now, that's a wild situation, not even knowing who you're going to play first round in the playoffs.
This will all be sorted out in the next few hours, so everybody's going to have their eyes glued to the statistics page for pesäpallo, for Pesis, and in 2 hours we'll know a lot more.
Well, the teams will play a first round best of 3. The winners from that will play the teams who get the first round byes, and that will be a best of 5. The winners of those will play off in the finals for another best of 5. You win that, you automatically gain promotion. But there is another path to promotion, because if you reach that final and you lose, you can still make it if you beat a side from Super Pesis who are trying to avoid that relegation. So relegation and promotion, Tony, it's not something that people are used to in American sports. But certainly if you follow European football and things like that, then it'll be familiar.
Yeah, definitely so. That the groups are set in all the sports in the North American leagues. Here we're dealing with moving up, moving down, really earning your way up, and of course suffering the consequences if you don't succeed. So relegation is definitely something brings a lot of energy and excitement to the sport here.
Now, this is not the first time that these two teams have played each other this season. We're going to have a look at the highlights of that game. That was on the 22nd of July of this year, and that was in Siilinjärven. And the result was not necessarily something that Pumu or even Sipe were expecting. Ville, thank you for joining me. What do you think Siipe's strengths are for this game?
Siipe has a good pitcher and few dangerous hitters, so we have to be ready from the start. As we saw last game against them, we were not, and it was a rough first half for us then, but now we have a chance to win them cleanly.
Now, a lot of people around the world started to follow Puna-Mustat after last year's English game. It was incredible to see the team win against Vaasa and earn promotion. How important was it for the club to reach Ykköspesis?
Yeah, for sure it was, and Ykköspesis as a marketplace and for overall credibility is so much higher than Suomen sarja. And I think not only for Puna-Mustat but for the sport itself, it's very important to have a top-tier Finnish baseball team in Helsinki.
And we know that Puna-Mustat has several players who have Superpesis experience, including, of course, yourself. How do you think that experience has helped you develop as a team this year?
Yeah, we have high standard for training, and I think we can push each other to be better every day. And with that experience, our routine level is pretty high, so we can beat anyone any day if we play just for our own game.
Thank you, Ville.
Thank you.
So, Iain, we're getting ready to start the game here. What should we look forward to?
Well, first of all, talking about the highlights from we've just seen, Siipe got off to a huge start in that game, 7-0 up. Puna-Mustat came back, and we saw that the other day against Kankaanpää as well.
That's true.
4 runs scored in the first inning against them. That was tough. But in the end, Siipe lost out to Puna-Mustat in the scoring contest. Today, well, Puna-Mustat come in as clear favourites, but this Siipe side, they are not easy opponents, and if they get a chance, they will score big.
Wonderful. What's your prediction for today?
My prediction, short and sweet, Puma win, 2-0. So
Wonderful.
2 periods. We've now got an interview with Ville Ramet. So we'll head off from the field as the players are now joining us and hand over to that interview. Ville, thank you for joining me. What do you think Siipe's strengths are for this game?
Siipe has a good pitcher and few dangerous hitters, so we have to be ready from the start. As we saw last game against them, we were not, and it was a rough first half for us then, but now we have a chance to win them cleanly.
Now, a lot of people around the world started to follow Puna-Mustat after last year's English game. It was incredible to see the team win against Vaasa and earn promotion. How important was it for the club to reach Ykköspesis?
Yeah, for sure it was, and Ykköspesis as a marketplace and for overall credibility is so much higher than Suomen sarja. And I think not only for Puna-Mustat but for the sport itself, it's very important to have a top-tier Finnish baseball team in Helsinki.
And we know that Puna-Mustat has several players who have Superpesis experience, including, of course, yourself. How do you think that experience has helped you develop as a team this year?
Yeah, we have high standard for training, and I think we can push each other to be better every day. And with that experience, our routine level is pretty high, so we can beat anyone any day if we play just for our own game.
Thank you, Ville.
Thank you.
So we are back in the studio, safely away from the field, so we will not get hit by any balls. And, you know, it does happen. It does happen. Those balls, wow, they can go anywhere. But, Tony, we're about to start here. Should we go through the lineups?
Yes, definitely. We need to introduce our audience to the teams that are about to play. Siipe will take the first at bat, and we are looking at their lineup now. Batting first and playing right field will be Atte Purmonen. Batting second and playing third base, Sebastian Lahti. Batting third and playing left field, Veeti Lankinen. Batting fourth and playing the right shortstop, Miro Kähkönen. Batting fifth and playing the left shortstop, Elmari Lonkanen. Batting sixth and playing second base, Akseli Mäkinen. Batting seventh, pitching, former Pumo player, Miika Hangasmaa. Batting eighth, being the catcher, Aleksi Savola. And batting ninth, playing first base, Juhani Pirskanen. We also have 3 joker players. So these are essentially designated hitters that can go in the lineup at any position, any point of the game. They are Kalle Mietinen, Mikko Lukkari, and Peetu Makkonen.
So I believe we're almost ready to start here, but just a quick second to go through that Puna-Mustat lineup as well.
Yeah, we have batting first Kasperi Heinimäki playing third base, Joona Mäkelä playing the left shortstop, Ville Rämä playing the right shortstop. We'll come back to them in as the first ball is put into play and successfully reaches first base. So we have our first runner of the game.
Yeah, and this is, again, one of the great things about pesäpallo. You see this great wide variety of hits, and that was a bouncing hit to the infield. Putimaki with the pitch. Just gets away there.
Ball shot over to the right side and advances the runner, and Lahti is on first base as well. Runners on first and second, nobody out. At bat, Veeti Lankinen.
So that
Foul
whistling,
ball.
yeah, just going to say that whistling indicates that it was a foul as well, so you can watch out for some of those sounds and signals if you're unfamiliar with the game. We'll catch you up as we go through.
Shoots the ball through the middle of the field. And you see the runner from first retreating back, so not to be put out. Everything is a force play in pesäpallo, so the runner from second is advanced to third base. So Purmonen is now on third base, and Lahti is still on first.
So
We have a high fly ball here. It's caught, and Lankinen is retired, as well as Lahti as he tried to advance on the play.
yeah, and that's not an error either. The batter there was trying to retire both of those players, or in some way load the bases if absolutely necessary, which can be a high-risk strategy in pesäpallo, loading those bases. Far better to retire them because there are fewer opportunities to get out.
And we just had Kähkönen advance to first base on a hit. A foul ball for the first attempt. So the batter has 3 attempts to get onto the field of play or be put out. First attempt was foul. Second attempt is bunted. So now we have a bases loaded situation.
So a hook shot, we would usually call that in our sort of invented dictionary.
Still working on a few.
Yeah, I mean,
So now we have Luukari, the first joker player of the afternoon. Ball's hit over the back line, so that is a foul ball in pesäpallo. First attempt is unsuccessful.
now Lukkari is one of the people to watch in this game. He is a hard hitter. That's the player who is designated to get those runs in. But this time, it looks like it's caught, and it won't be in time for the out. But that player is retired. They don't score the run, Tony.
No, so an out is not made on that play, but the runner comes off the field and no longer can score. Runners on first and second.
And Lukkari, because that was a foul ball,
On the third attempt
That's
is
an
an
out.
out. Now we have our sixth batter, Oxley Mäkinen at bat. First attempt, he decided not to run.
Whistle blown.
So we have no pitch there. We have an injury timeout.
Yeah. So we'll take a moment here just to talk a little bit more about the catch, because of course we have an insert that is available on the Super Pesis Roundup blog. The link for that was posted earlier. And of course, if you have any questions, any comments you want to send us on YouTube, if you're watching on YouTube, then please, of course, let us know, and we'll try and answer them during the half time. But a catch, so if a runner is off base at the moment of the catch, they have lost the safety of the base and they have to advance. They will be retired, which basically means removed from the field of play, but they will not automatically be counted as an out.
No. But the throw can be thrown to the base that they're trying to attempt to run to, and if it reaches there before the runner, then they will be put out.
Exactly. Because this game is all about the base
situation where
runners.
they almost caught the runner from second off base. Shot up the middle of the field. And we have, again, a bases loaded situation with one out.
So this is another joker coming in to try for the RBI. Can they get something going here? Now, Pohtimaki with an intentional ball there. Intentional ball, trying to get the runners.
This is
off the
Joker
safety
player
base.
Miettinen. Sorry, Ian, to talk over you at the same
okay.
time, but hard to pick up the name on the back of the jersey there.
Yeah, so the pitcher will often think about throwing a tactical ball as a means of trying to see if the runner on third usually is off base. And that is out at home.
Gives us our second out. Still have a bases loaded situation. And our batter is now Mika Hangasmaa.
Now, those of you who watched the English game last year will recognize that name, Tony, because Hangasmaa, of course, was the pitcher for Puna-Mustat last year.
Oh, and that's going to be an easy out at home for the third out. And then we'll switch sides and giving Puna-Mustat their first at bat.
Yeah, so the bases loaded situation not coming off for Siipe, but you can see that pressure. It's high stakes, but it can be high reward. If you get a ball that sails through the pitch and you get a home run, all of a sudden you're 4-0 up.
Now, the pitcher-catcher duel here is one of, the ball's going to be put in play most often, but then is it going to hit into the field of play and be playable, or is it going to be caught, or are they going to drop it, putting the batter on base? While we're waiting for Puma to come and take their turn at bat, I want to quickly say a big thank you to a few of our sponsors who have made this possible here. Kultajousi, Black Belts, Messuit, and Mustang. Thank you very much for your cooperation and help to make this possible. Quickly through the lineup here again, Kasperi Heinimäki, the third baseman, is leading off. Hits the ball just foul. Just beyond the third base side there. First attempt unsuccessful. He'll come back and try again.
Yeah, I mean, Heinimäki really wanting to get this inning started for Puna-Mustat. It's important for them to get ahead first.
Foul ball. So they're going to have to hit the ball a couple of meters from the circular plate that's in front there. So they can't put it just right in front. They got to put a little bit of distance on there. Second attempt was unsuccessful. The third attempt is caught and now retired.
Yeah, if you can't do anything with it on that third hit, you just got to put it in the sky and hope that you can reach the base in time, because if you're retired, well, okay, you've lost an opportunity to move a point runner, but you haven't got out.
We're going straight to a Jokeri player here. Sigvart is going to bat. Strike on the first pitch. Ball was landed in the circular plate.
Now, Sigvard is a
Thought
very
about it, but came back.
very fast runner. Works as a police officer. I would hate to be a criminal in this city of Helsinki because there's absolutely no way that I could outrun him.
Ooh, and that one also went a little bit foul for on the third attempt, so Sigvard is out. We have our first out of the inning.
Yeah, too bad for Sigvard there. Really would have been nice to see him get on base.
Our batter now is Joona Mäkelä, the left shortstop. And a nice little bunt, not picked up cleanly. Mäkelä is on base.
Yeah, when you start to put the pressure on with those shorter hits, the field starts to seem like a very scary place as a fielder. You just don't know where they're going to put it. Are they going to put it long? Are they going to go short? And
Ville Ramet's first attempt, sorry, Ian, went a little bit long. That one drops in, and we have two runners.
yeah, beautiful,
Well-placed ball.
beautiful hits to right fields there by Ville.
Now our pitcher, Juho Puhtimäki, hits it up the field, but really nothing can be done with that one, so everybody stays on their bases on the first attempt. Nicely placed ball, but well defended on the second attempt.
And everybody
Made
is
it.
safe.
Wow.
And that is why he is top class. It's not just the pitching. Puhtimäki is the full package.
I think I misread how hard the ball was hit. I thought an out was going to be made on that, but a little bit softer, and everybody made it to their base. We have a bases loaded situation, and our joker player, Hoikka, oh, beautifully hit. Scoring our first one for Puna-Mustat.
And that is run number 31 for Joona Mäkelä of the season. He's only been with this club for 15 games coming mid-season from Kite in Super Pesis. But in 15 games, he's already 5th highest in the league.
So on the first attempt, Noah drives in a run, drives the ball now deep and over the back lines for a foul ball on the second attempt. Our third and final attempt coming up now. Runners on first and second.
So that's called a ball for height.
Out is made at second base fairly easily, but Noah advances to first base. So we have runner on first and third. Driven, ooh, but caught. Nobody tried to advance, so. Did they call him off?
No, they're calling the end of the inning. They're taking it there. Ah, no, the runner
Did
at
catch
first
him off.
was, yeah.
Caught him off base.
Well,
Yeah, that was my first read on it. It was that the run from first was caught off base. So that's the third out. Puma
Yeah.
score one run, so we go into the top of the second inning here with Puma ahead 1-0, and Sipe coming to bat. I'd like to mention a few more of our sponsors here and give them credit for the great job that they do to allow us to play pesäpallo here in Helsinki. Jersey 53, Teboil Munkivuori, Fiidens Oy, and Asfaltti Kallio. Siipe is now coming to bat. The first pitch is made. High fly ball over the back line. First attempt is foul.
So Hungersmar back up to the plate because, of course, he hadn't concluded his at-bat last time, so he is the first batter, and that
Very high fly ball
again
and
intention
retired.
to make sure he makes it to first.
Yeah, so you have to run out the ball, even though you know they're going to catch it. You still have to run out the ball because you can be thrown out if you don't make it all the way. So always run out the fly ball. Foul ball in the first attempt.
So this is a new experience for the English game fans. They skipped numbers 8 and 9 and have gone straight to the leadoff hitter. This is
I
number
was
1.
just looking at that myself and trying to catch up. Thank you for pointing that out. So we have moved on to Atte Puramonen.
And again, it's a tactic you can use if you skip batters. Of course, you avoid them getting out, but well, as good as retired, you just don't get the opportunity to use them.
And again, the high fly ball is caught, makes it to first base before the throw there, so retired, but not out. There's still a few differences between baseball and pesäpallo that catch me off guard, but thank goodness, Ian, that you are here to explain some of these to me. That one drops in. Took off late, but makes it to first base. It's only 20 meters to first base, so we're going to get a lot of activity going to first base with runners starting there. Lofty put the ball in play. They tried to make the out at second base, but failed. First and second. And again, you see how fast this game is. Ball's put straight into play, hit to the catcher, thrown to third base to get the out. Oh, and another nice pickup to get the out at second base on the second attempt. So with 2 hits, 2 outs.
Yeah, well, defense has been one of Puna-Mustat-'s strong points. It all starts with the pitcher, and Puutimaki, as I say, is a class act, but there are so many good parts to this machine.
Oh, and that one drops in for a hit. Lonkanen Elmari left shortstop at bat with a runner at first base and 2 outs. Well-placed ball. Hit them where they ain't. That applies here in pesäpallo as well. Alexei Mäkinen now at bat. Let's see if they can salvage something out of this. Almost caught the runner off second base. Slips out of the glove, but made the out at second base with a fantastic throw.
That is huge. And Puna-Mustat escape a second inning without conceding a run.
Again, to say a few words about our sponsors here, and a big thank you again on this lovely day here in Helsinki. Forenom, Karhu, Kraft, and Terveystalo. Thank you very much for all your help in making this possible. We now go to the bottom of the second inning here. Puumat coming to bat.
So, as I say, the other games in Ykköspesis have also got underway. Just checking up on those scores now. It still remains scoreless in Koskenkorva as Jyväskylän Kiri.
Yeah, that's the one we definitely want to keep our eyes on
Absolutely.
today. Starting with Joker player.
So that is Sigvard.
Was that Sigvard? Yes, okay. Sigvard with his first attempt gets on first base, and we're underway. Nice spun ball, but the out is made at second base, and Sigvard is thrown out. Lehto is at bat. After Savilahti got on first base on that play at second, we have our first out. Lehto, the second baseman, one of the key players that Iain mentioned that we should keep our eye on today. Driven through and safe at second base.
Now that is a tight place to be as a runner. You know it's going straight to the player there.
The fielder had a long way to go to get that one. Riikonen at bat. First attempt is hit outside the line, so foul. An intentional ball. Driven, fumbled, safe.
So the base is now loaded.
Bases loaded situation, and looks like we're going to go to Joker player Noah Hoika, who was successful in driving in the first run of the game in the previous inning. Let's see what he can do here. Simple ground ball, everybody stays. First attempt unsuccessful.
Now Noah Hoika, this is his first season as a batting joker. Last year he played in the lineup as a position player, but now he's purely focused on driving in runs.
Again, driven up the middle, but cleanly picked up. No advance attempted. Third attempt coming up. Let's see what Pullman has in store here. Are they going to send the runners? Driven up the field, picked up off the ground. Out is made at second base.
So with 2 outs now on the board, trying to get something going here.
Lucas Lyam, our right fielder, is now at bat. Drives the first one over the back line or to the right of, or to the left of the foul line, so foul ball.
Now those of you who were with us last year will remember that area is where the bicycle was.
Ball hit up the middle of the field and easily to first base is Lyam. Brings up our leadoff hitter, Kasperi Heinimäki, with a runner on first base. Spun, bunted, thrown, and the out is made at second base. A wonderful throw of the Siipe defender to get the third out and retire the side.
Yeah, Siipe are not out of this. I mean, it's only a 1-run ball game so far. And of course, there's only 4 innings in the first period and 4 innings in the second. And it's the score at the end of those 4 innings that wins the period and possibly then going on to win the game. So it's a bit of a game of 2 halves, as I always call it.
It really is.
If you think of it almost like a series of games, the first series is 4 innings, the second series is 4 innings. And if you pick up a win in both of those, you go to a tie-break situation, which in this instance would be a scoring contest. It's the batting equivalent of a penalty shootout.
Now, the two halves of the game can actually be very, very different, as we saw on Wednesday with the game.
Yeah.
It was a scoring affair in the first period and a defensive affair in the second one, of which Pumat transpired victorious in both times in comeback fashion.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can get completely destroyed in one of those periods, but if you keep the ship steady and you carry on, there's still chance for you to win the whole game.
So we're going to start Siipe's top of the third with Joker Makkonen. Wonderfully placed ball. Nice high bounce. Easily on first base is Makkonen. Oxley Mäkinen.
That gets through the second baseman.
Well-placed ball. Skips past the defender. And we have runners on first and second. Mika Hangasma at bat. Hits the ball foul on the first attempt.
We see the splash from the very large puddle that has formed at the very back end of the
rains
pitch.
have collected there. Driven to the deep part of right field. Ball is caught, and the runner from second is retired, as is the runner from first. No outs were made. Again, retired. They come off the field, cannot score. And Hangasma still at bat. High bouncing ball he'll get on easily. Alexei Savola at bat, spins the ball. That first hit, that first bounce of the ball is what matters in pesäpallo. Puts it right on the line and easily on first base. Throw gets away, but no damage is done, stays at second base. So runners at first and second. Juhani Birskanen at bat. And again, a well-spun ball just sneaks in.
Puutimäki will be annoyed with himself for that one. He's known for hunting down those short balls and throwing them at speed to the base he needs to.
Oh, a beautifully saved ball. That could have scored a run easily.
That would have been huge for Siipe, because if that ball falls in and runs off, it's going straight out of the field, all the way up the hill, into those trees, and it is still going to be in play.
And I need to make a correction here. That was Lankinen that was at bat on that last one, and now we have Miro Kähkönen at bat. Bases are loaded. First attempt was foul. Drive to the deepest part of left field. The ball is caught. Nobody tried to advance. No harm done.
Now, Miro Kähkönen is one of the players that I've suggested we look out for today on the Siipe side of things. Has 27 runs scored. He's better known as a bit of a runner rather than a hard hitter here, but, well...
Has an opportunity to do some damage here. Oh, the ball's fumbled. And that allows the run to score.
And just like that, it's a tied ball game.
Number 5 batter, Elmari Lonkanen at bat with the bases still loaded. No outs. Oh, and that will create an out at home. The runner at third is thrown out for our first out. Lonkanen still at bat.
So Puutimäki with the fake pump action there of the pitch. And because he does that, he has to then throw the ball to an infielder and receive it back in order to receive the right to pitch. It stops pitchers making what would otherwise be very annoying jerky movements simply to put a batter off.
And really what
And
he's
never
trying to do
pitch.
is draw the runners off base.
That's right.
Nicely spun ball. Oh, fumbled. Nowhere to throw as well. Bases are loaded again.
And a timeout is called by Pukemaki. So,
It's going to get the team together.
yeah.
We have a situation where more runs can be scored by CP at this moment.
And we've seen them be dangerous. We know that they have done it. They may be sitting towards the bottom of this table and in a fight for relegation, realistically, at the end of all of this, the reality is they can score runs in situations. More often than not, they're getting them straight down the middle. When they're at home, they have the advantage, as you'll have seen in the highlights clip, of their right field being a dip down the side of, effectively, of a hill. So when they get it in the sweet spot just before the second base, there it sails down that hill, and that's been very profitable for them over the years. But other than that, when they're away, it's down the middle or nothing. But today, this is an opportunity now.
We're going to have a joker player now take a turn at bat.
So that's Lukkari.
Lukkari's first attempt unsuccessful. No runners tried to advance. Second attempt right away. That one looks like that's going to go foul on the second attempt.
And Lukkari is the man that they would want to put in this situation.
Chips one in the middle, and
The out is made at
the
home.
out is made at home.
I was going to say, Lukkari, he's the man with the plan here because he has hit 3 RBIs.
Where the ball's fumbled in the midfield, allows a second run to score for
So now
Siipe.
Siipe take the lead.
Runners at first and second. 2 outs and a 2-1 lead for Siipe at the moment. High fly, all the runners take off. They let the
let
ball
it drop.
fall to fill the bases. We have a baseless situation. Now we can get an out at any base.
Yeah.
That's a tactical decision.
I was going to say, don't be fooled. It's meant
Yeah.
to do that.
There's
That's by
not an
design.
error.
No.
High fly ball. Nobody tries to advance. Ball's caught. No harm done. First attempt is over. Second attempt. A deliberate ball. All the runners stay on their bases. Another high fly ball. That one's probably going to sail over the back line, as it does. Foul ball. And attempt number 3. Driven up the middle. Out is made at second base for the third out.
Saves the inning there because, oof, that ball was hit hard.
Short hopped. Picked up cleanly, fortunately, by Puna-Mustat. Thrown to second base for the out to retire the side and complete the top of the third inning.
So the timeout very much working for Pumu there. They really needed to get their game back together. And, well, you saw it there.
While we wait for Puna-Mustat to take their turn at bat, I'd like to thank again One Leasing Finland for their participation in this event, Intersport and Intersport Suomenoja, and Hotel Valo.
Yeah, Hotel Valo, just a few short streets away from here. I've actually stayed there a couple of times, and honestly, it's a great place to go. Lovely breakfasts. I highly recommend anybody who's in the area.
Heinimäki chips one into the field, reaches first base.
Mäkelä at bat. Again, a chip shot, but the out is made at second base, and Mäkelä advances to first. First out of the inning.
Well, that's unfortunate for Heinimäki there, but
Ville Ramet is our batter. Drives one into the fence in foul territory on the left-hand side. Beautifully placed ball to left field. Ramet on base, and Mäkelä is on now second. First and second, one out. And Juha Puhtimäki is at bat. Beautifully chipped ball. Nothing to be done with that one. Our runners advance to second and third.
so now Puhtimäki batting at number 4. He's in the cleanup spot. Is he going to drive in some runs here?
Up the middle of the field, easily should score the run, but throw to third base to see if the runner's off second, but he stays. We're tied up again, 2-2.
There's the second run of the game for Mäkelä.
Just like that. Runners at first and second. Eero Petäjä, our batter. Ball thrown back to the pitcher for a new pitch. They're playing the short game now, and ooh, the ball's mishandled, and our runners advanced. Runners at second and third. Petäjä still at bat.
Yeah, Puna-Mustat are going to want to build a lead here. They want to show the command that they have.
High fly ball, runners stay on their base. Ball drops, and Petäjä is on first base. Again, decision was probably made at the last minute to let that ball drop and create a bases loaded situation.
Yeah, Noel Hoika now coming to bat. As I say, his first season as a batting joker full-time.
Noah drove in our first run of the game to see if he can do some damage here. Foul ball, I believe. No, it hit
it's
in.
Play.
My
and
goodness. Goes off into that open area on the right side of the field, and 2 runs come in.
Yeah, Puhtimäki scores that one to make it now.
I was a little bit blocked on that and didn't see the ball hit inside. My goodness, what a beautifully placed ball to score 2 runs.
That is sensational hitting.
Valtteri Savilahti is our batter now. It's above the backfield, but runners stay. No Hoika's on first. Runner on second. First attempt is done by Savilahti. Again, driven over the back line for a foul ball in the second attempt. Third attempt now. Third and final attempt. Driven up the middle of the field, it falls in. And we have bases loaded again, just like that. So quickly, things change.
Yeah, and this sport is so fast-paced.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just have to try and slow it down, especially if you're the pitcher and you are the person who can slow it down a little bit if you need to.
Dahlstrom, the joker at bat, drives the first one over the back line.
Interestingly, it is Dahlström's birthday today. Saw him in the locker room earlier and startled him with a happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Jere Dahlström. Hyvää syntymäpäivää.
And that falls in.
Knocked in, and we are going to have a run score.
Yes, another run. And that is now 5-2.
This is typical Puna-Mustat right here that I've been seeing lately, that they just come back and attack. Dahlström lifts it high. Retires all the runners. Clears the bases.
Yeah, wise choice this time round.
Yeah. So we're in a situation where we just have the 1 out.
they've skipped to number 1. So
Yeah,
it's
we skipped all the way back to Heinimäki again.
So one of the quirks of pesäpallo as well is that you can only bat around if you've scored 2 or more runs. And that's because obviously you can retire a number of batters or runners, but it's the 3 outs that will end the inning. So it needs to end at some point, otherwise you could just keep retiring everybody for forever. So they say, no, you cannot bat around again until you've scored 2 runs.
Heinimäki is retired.
It's Sigvard on base.
Now on first base. Mäkelä at bat. And again, just a 1 out. Driven and curves foul.
Just foul on that one. Got a little top spin on it. Tony, you and I, when we were walking around the ground earlier on, we were talking about some of the top spin and the ways in which you can hit this ball.
Yeah, it's artistry, really, when you see what they can do and make the ball spin. Because again, that first hit has to be in the field. What happens after that, it's up to the ball and physics. So you can see the ball going out into the area out there in right field, or it can spin out here to the sidelines. They really do magical things with the ball. That one's driven foul as well.
Now Ville Ramet batting, and those of you who are unfamiliar with pesäpallo will have noticed he's wearing a gold helmet. That signifies that he was voted as the best player in the Puna side in the last game, because of course, Tony, you and I saw him hit that bases loaded home run, which was incredible for him. First home run of the season. First home run of the season as well.
Nice catch made by the ball boy in the outfield on that foul ball. High pitch is out at second base. Ball was not put in play, and the runner had left, and so he is now thrown out, and our inning is over.
Well, it's been a huge comeback there for Puna-Mustat. They now have that command, and of course, we go into the top of the 4th now, where Sipe, who had the narrowest of leads, now has it all to do. Otherwise, they're already going to be on the back foot for that second period.
Yeah. You want to start off strong and take that first period, because it put you in the driver's seat in the second. But again, like I said, from period to period, things can change very, very dramatically. So we'll see if Puna-Mustat can keep this up.
Yeah, there was a game, Tony, you and I were talking about the other day at Hamina women's team in Super Pesis last year. They had 1 player on the third base during the whole of the first period, and they managed to bring her home to score, and they won that period 1-0, and yet the second period was a totally different game. And they were playing a top side, Pori.
And to have a runner only get to third base once
yeah,
is about as close to a no-hitter as you're going to have
pretty
in
much
baseball. 2 wrong pitches were thrown here, so the runner gets a free base. Driven to the outfield, falls in, but everybody stays, so we keep going.
So this is number 6.
Oxley Mäkinen.
Oh, no, it's not.
No?
It's number 8, sorry, Savola.
Ah.
Forgive me.
And retires both on that high fly ball.
So they go straight to the top of the lineup now.
Yeah, I don't think I saw this in the previous games that I was here with you. So this is something a little bit new for me to skip so many batters like this.
Well, in Suomensaria, you don't skip batters, but when you progress to Ykköspesis, which is the second division, the second highest tier, then you can, and in Superpesis, which is the top tier, you can as well. So we've skipped right the way through to Pormanen.
And this comes down to pure tactics.
Yep. And the
Out is made at first. Wow. From all the way to from the other side of the field to first base, so it's a very hard, strong throw to get the out. Sebastian Lahti is our batter. First attempt unsuccessful. Driven to the middle of the field and picked up. Sebastian stays at home plate for his third attempt. Now he will have to try to advance or be thrown out.
So the question now is, does he go for the high hit, or does he try and get something going? So what is going to happen? He goes for the hit, but you know what? He'll take a retirement.
Yeah.
And the resources start to dwindle away for Siipe here, who still need 3 or more runs to keep this period alive.
Makkonen, the joker at bat, hits the first one foul to the left side.
Just starting to slow things down here a little, Putimaki. So there's a walk from the ball.
Veeti Lankinen is now our batter.
Oh dear, Putimaki, 2 low pitches in a row sends the runner walking from first to second. You don't see that very often from Putimaki.
Took me a second to figure out what was going, but yeah, low pitch has to be about a meter over his head.
Yeah, but you know, as a pitcher, sometimes you're just trying to get away with being inside those margins.
The ball's thrown away here, so runners will advance. Nope, sorry. We're in a foul ball here situation. Runner will return. Ball was just misplayed. Returning to Putimaki. An intentional ball there to see if he can get the runners off their bases. Not successful. Ball hit and foul. Miro Kähkönen, our batter. Runners are returning to first and second.
Oh, and that
Foul
is foul
at the plate.
So
Did not go over the line.
he's out.
Kähkönen is out, and Ilmari Lonkanen is our batter with 2 outs. Drops in, runners advance.
So now with runners on second and third, Siipe hoping with just their last out to create something.
Right to the left fielder. Retires the runner from third. Runner from second stays. And the batter is retired as well.
Now the signal fan that the game manager has, or one of the other signals that the batting team was using, had sent that runner to go as soon as the hit was made. And well,
Safe at third base. First attempt at least moves the runner forward. Puts him in a scoring position from third. Our batter actually Mäkinen. See if Siipe can pull something out of this. Runner from third stays. Caught. No harm done.
so they are starting to run out of resources now. Siipe.
Oh, and that is your third out. The first period goes
There
to
we go.
Puna-Mustat 5-2.
Well, Tony, that's the first half of the game right there. And, well, a lot going on.
Yes, we saw a lot of action. We had a first 2 innings that were kind of just back and forth, kind of feeling each other out. Siipe took the lead in the top of the third, and then Puna-Mustat came back with an answer of 4 runs to take the lead, and they closed it out in the top of the fourth here, not allowing a run.
So the teams now will have an 18-minute break, as I understand it, between the 2 periods. And we'll have a look at some of those highlights in a moment. We might even have a couple of people join us for a chat if they are around and available. Obviously, very busy day here at Meilahti today. Tony.
Yes, and a beautiful day again. Temperature 20, 21 degrees, 70 Fahrenheit. Sun is shining. It's really a good day for pesäpallo here, and they will take their break. We will give you a little bit of information, look at some highlights, have a few interviews, and continue to talk about pesäpallo.
So before we move on to our highlights, we'll just have a quick look at the scores around the Pesis division at the moment. So Pohjan Pesis are 3-1 down against Kouvola at the moment. Simon Kirja 8-2 up against Ura. Lohi are 1-4 down at the moment. Koskenkorva, the game that we really want to be paying attention to, they are 3-0 up against Jyväskylä. So if the scores stay that in this period and they're just 1 out away, then they're halfway to securing Puna-Mustat having that second spot opportunity. So a lot of calculations to work through there. But Tony, I think we have our first guest we can bring on, Sannika Michelsson, the on-field commentator and pesäpallo expert.
Yes, I guess you would say so. Yes, nice to meet you all, and nice to meet you guys too.
Thank you, Sannika. So a bit of a back and forth start to the game there. Pumu getting the first run on the board. Siipe stealing their way back into the game. Mm-hmm. But then it tipping back in favour of the home side. What kind of things did you pick up there?
Well, the first word that comes to mind is laziness. I think it was a bit of a lazy start for the game, seriously, for both. I mean, there wasn't a lot going on. I think the energy was missing a bit. I would have liked to seen a bit more outrageous decisions made at the bat. And also, I don't know, it was a bit of a slow start, I think, for both teams.
Yeah, and we saw a few handling errors with the glove as well. First, Pumu really quite noticeably. Yeah. And then that timeout called, bit of a chat. Okay, guys, let's knuckle down now. Come on, we don't want to lose this.
Yeah.
Because, of course, Pumu still have a chance at a first round bye for the playoffs.
Yes, they do. And
with the scores as they are at the moment, as I say, with Koskenkorva ahead, there is a very real chance.
Absolutely.
For that.
So there is a reason for every guy in the field to really play better, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Sannika, what do you think we should be looking for in the second half? What are you expecting from the two teams?
I'm hoping a lot more brave decisions made. A bit more showmanship to the field, a bit more surprises, less safety playing, and I think that would kick it up for both. I think if one team starts with that, I think the second team comes to play along with it. So this game would get a bit more speed. And I'm thinking and I'm hoping that that's what they're talking about now.
Sure.
That let's put a bit more energy into this game.
Well, absolutely, because this Pumu side, they have some real characters. Pohtimäki, he is Mr. Showman.
Yes, indeed.
So, we really want to see him turn up and be his classic self.
Yes.
And of course, Siipe, they can be a tricky opponent and they can do things that surprise people sometimes. So that's what we want to see.
That's right. And for sure, there is an underdog situation here with Siipe. Everybody knows that. But that's also sort of a good situation to be sometimes in, because it sometimes evokes the other team to make mistakes or miscalculations that you don't normally see. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I think it can still go both ways. I don't think Pumu has taken over this game in any way.
Well, of course, now the score's set to 0 for that second period, so it's still very much all to play for. And of course, the last time these two teams met up, it was Siipe who took the first period, Puna-Mustat with that second, and then the win in the scoring contest.
That's right.
So it's still up for grabs for both of these teams.
Yes, it is.
Sannika, thank you for joining us, and
Thank you.
good luck commentating for the rest of the game.
Oh, my tongue is, I don't know, in bits. Blah, blah, blah. I'm trying. I'm doing my best.
Thank you, Sannika.
Thank you.
So, moving on then to some of the highlights from the game so far. We, first of all, had the opening score from Puna-Mustat.
Noah Hoika's run batted in to get us started. The out here to keep a run off the board by Siipe was very, very crucial in the early part of the game.
And that is the first run that came in, I think, with Joona Makkala. Makkala, as I say, you know, he's a real speedy guy. He's in his 16th game here in Pesis, having played in Super Pesis, so the top level. Before that, the throw then to second, making that out on that occasion. Tony, do you think we need to get some of these kind of, I don't know, plays patted down from Puna-Mustat and Siipe, because there were those errors that we were talking about with Sannika?
No, I agree. There was a little bit of laziness. It seemed like they dialed it down just one bit, and you saw the errors in the field. The balls popping out of the glove or not pulled out of the glove, well, mishandled, and a couple of slightly poor throws as well too. So I think they're definitely talking about in the locker room right now that they need to tidy things up, sharpen that offense. But as Sannika said, be a little bit more bold on offense and really try to push the issue.
Yeah, that hit from Hoika, scoring two. Very, very important for Puna-Mustat there. You know, this side, they have the hunger. They just need to play with a little bit more of that energy.
And we saw that energy on Wednesday. It was there. I mean, there was that first period, that first half was run scoring affair. And then in the second half, it was all defense. But the energy was completely on those sides. And today we didn't quite see that in the same level. And we're hoping to see that more in the second half.
I mean, we've seen some really good technical hits. I mean, Dahlström's hit there, just down the line. That really was a timely RBI for Puna-Mustat. But look at that throw to first. Gets the out.
I think that's my favorite play. I'm a defensive person. Every team that I've played for and coached, I've always said defense is going to win you games. And, I mean, that right there is crucial. To get that out at first base.
Yeah, I mean, the speed at which these balls are thrown is something else. And that's one of the reasons why you see baseball scouts sometimes looking for pesäpallo players, because they think if you can throw a ball upwards of 90 miles an hour, how do you want to be a pitcher?
Yeah, that's often the case, is that pesäpallo players are looked at as pitchers, that they don't look at their batting and fielding as much, but they see that they can throw very, very well and will turn them into a baseball pitcher by all means. And they've been looked at by scouts. We have Konsta Kurica that is out there in the world, gone to Germany and Spain and Australia and having some levels of success. Yes, he's a little bit older and it takes a little bit more to get in Major League Baseball, minor league baseball at that age, but he does have what it takes and could definitely make an impact if somebody takes a little bit of a risk on him and gives him a shot.
And we see some of those crossovers even here in Finland with the softball project that's been going on.
Very
Tony,
much
tell
so.
me a little bit about that.
Very much so. That yes, we've gotten into a few good softball coaches. We don't have them here in Finland at the moment, but we brought in a couple of really good, strong people to help out. And what's really nice about it is it's not all pesäpallo girls these days. That we do have some girls that have either had experience in the U.S. or were born there and came over later. Softball is definitely seeing a rise here. It's getting a lot of attention on both sides by our baseball, softball people and by the pesäpallo people. And we definitely have a lot of fusion going on with softball. So if you're interested in softball, definitely reach out to the Baseball and Softball Federation of Finland and take a look at that, because it's definitely going places.
Just looking at the stats here from the first half. When it comes to batting, that's pretty much all the stats you get in pesäpallo. They don't really have the kind of fielding or defensive stats. But quite a disappointment for Kasperi Heinimäki at the moment. He's only had one successful hit out of 4 attempts, which is actually quite low
As a
for a lead-off hitter.
Yeah.
Joona Makkala with 2 runs, obviously, and he's a quick guy, as I mentioned. He's had a 50% success rate so far, but the stat that's leaping off the page at me is Noah Hoika's 3 RBIs so far, and of course one of them.
All the difference of that first period.
Yeah, one of them there came exactly when they needed it, with those 2 RBIs off the hit towards the second base. So, yeah, looking through Siipe, they've had actually more third base situations. So Puna-Mustat have had 7 runners in scoring position, so on third base, and Siipe have had 10.
Oh, wow.
So the conversion rate for Siipe is 2 from those 10 situations. So they're going to need to do a lot better if they want to stay in this game. Whereas Puna-Mustat, okay, they had 7 situations. That's a lot less than they used to,
Yeah.
I can tell you that. But 5 runs scored.
When
so
you get them there and you can score them, all the difference in the world.
Absolutely. So Siipe then, Miro Kahkonen was one of the names to look out for today. He had a run and an RBI. Moving around the bases, he's had a success rate of 50% moving the point runner, so it's so-so at the moment. But do you know what? The run and the RBI, that's something significant from him. Now, Miro Kahkonen, Tony, we were talking before the show. There had been a little bit of kind of controversy around him. Is that right?
Yeah. Could you go a little bit more into depth on that? This was something that was new for me, and I don't think I quite fully understood it. So if you could go into a little bit more detail.
So I'll try and make it as less technical as possible. But essentially, when you get to third base from hitting, you score a home run. But the runners in front of you can still come back home to score. Now, in this instance, they were playing in Seinäjoki, and the batter had hit the ball. They were going to score a home run. So they made it safely to third. Kahkonen has the ball in his hand. He's throwing it to home plate. All of that makes sense so far, because there's a runner still coming home.
A play is being happening at home plate.
Right. Now, it starts to get complicated, because in pesäpallo, and we haven't seen it here today, who knows, we may see it in the second half, but when they score a home run, tradition dictates that the batting team players will run up to the player on third base to congratulate them. So this, being an ordinary pesäpallo game, the players started to run from the home plate to congratulate the runner who is now on third.
The main difference, though, is that we still had a runner coming home to score.
Exactly. So the play was not ended. And so Kahkonen throwing the ball at or about the same time that the runner is crossing the plate. Now, I've watched this back a few times, and I'm not sure that the umpires spotted anything to start off with, but the game announcer seems to have suggested that actually that ball was thrown deliberately at the batting team, because now, of course, it meant that Siipe, having gone behind, probably were going to lose. So he was given a yellow card. And of course, they didn't have the kind of playback on the field that they were going to look at, so yellow card it was. Siipe appealed, and that appeal was successful because now they've sat down, they've looked at the footage, they've looked at stills from that, and they say, okay, fair enough, the play was still on when you started to throw that ball.
Okay. And wasn't it so that the players were, the batting team's players were coming onto the field and basically created the situation where one of them was going to be struck by the ball?
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, it happens when somebody scores a home run. People, they lose their inhibitions. They want to run and go and celebrate
You
to
want
their
to celebrate a
teammate.
run.
Yeah, absolutely. But at this point, the ball was still live. And, well, running onto the field, it meant that they had to get out of the way of the ball. And that was why the commentator had assumed that it was thrown deliberately at them and not simply to the pitcher at home plate. Well, the teams are just making their way back out to the field now, Tony. What are your thoughts so far on the game?
My thoughts are this, that, again, I think I'm going to go back to what Sannika said. A little bit lazy. I think they were just kind of going through the motions a bit, and therefore you saw these errors being made. So it was not what we normally see here. So I think second period, second half, we're going to see them step it up, and we're going to get a little bit more of a contest here. Siipe really needs to really step it up and take advantage of their runners from third base, score more of those, and really put some pressure on Puna-Mustat.
Absolutely, and we saw them put some pressure on them. They can do it.
Yeah.
But if Puna-Mustat get that bit between their teeth, if they have the opportunity, they will easily score.
Puna-Mustat's defense definitely helped them out in that first half. And we're underway with the first attempt by Heinimäki. Caught. First attempt is not successful. Second attempt starts. Ball driven. Left fielder has. Did he catch it? No. Drops it.
No, it's called catch in the end.
It is a cold catch. Okay.
Sometimes you've just got to
From my vantage
wait.
point, the backline judge is really far away, so I couldn't quite clearly see what he was calling. So retired is Heinimäki, Joona Mäkelä. No, we have a joker player. Excuse me. Sigvart. High bouncing ball, but it landed foul in front of the plate here. Again, got to clear that line. He shorted it. Again,
Another foul.
on the second attempt, shorted the ball. Going to the third attempt. Can't afford to put it short on this one. Let's see if he's going to try and put it in play or just retire himself. Puts it up the middle of the field and
They've
called
given him out at first.
a fine throw from the middle of the field.
Huge. Absolutely huge. I mean, Sigvart, he's got a lot of pace in those legs, so if Siipe can not only keep him off base, but actually record it as an out, that's huge.
That will help them a lot.
So Joona Mäkelä now up to bat.
No advance attempted here. High fly ball to retire himself. Right fielder calls off the shortstop, catches the ball, and Mäkelä is retired. Brings us to the third batter, Ville Rämet.
Ramet works better when he's got runners to work with, but he's going to have to do it himself if Siipe to get things, Puna-Mustat to get things going here. But Siipe at the moment are looking pretty solid defensively.
That's a good start to this second period. That one's going to drop in and put Ramet on first base.
That is a very nice looping hit, and you get that loop from the vertical bat. So that's a bouncing hit.
Called out at second base.
Second base. Wow.
That was a strong throw from the third base area to get Ramet out at second base for the second out of the inning. Puna-Mustat is our batter.
And he walks.
Couple of wrong pitches. Put Puna-Mustat on base.
Yes.
Eero Petäjä.
The rule on balls is if the bases are empty, it's a single ball will walk you. But if there is a runner on base, it's the point runner only who will advance if there are two balls.
Very different from baseball.
Yes.
High fly ball. Going to retire the runners perhaps here, and caught by the fielder, and both runner and batter are retired. Valtteri Savilahti, our batter, with 2 outs. No runners on base, so not the best of starts for Puna-Mustat here. Foul ball at the plate. Didn't quite clear the fielder there on the second attempt. Third and final attempt here for Savilahti.
And the high hit.
High hit. Oop, fielders come together, but the catch is made, and Savilahti is retired. Levi Lehto, our batter, with 2 outs.
Well, when I was speaking to Mikko Pironen yesterday about Lehto, he said he is one of the characters that Sannika was saying need to make their presence felt on this pesäpallo field today.
So I would say slightly mishit those last 2. Which is fine in pesäpallo. You get 3 attempts. Those first 2 not successful. The third attempt being made now. Let's see what Lehto. But a ball is thrown here, so 1 is enough with no runners, and Lehto's on base. Mikko Riikkonen, our batter.
Now, Riikkonen is still coming back off the back of a abductor injury. So he's not firing on all cylinders
hit
still.
right to the shortstop, thrown over to second base, and the third out is made to end Puna-Mustat's top of the first.
So far, a lot tighter from Siipe. A lot tighter defensively there. Not quite getting hold of the ball, Puna-Mustat, in that first inning.
So it seemed, yeah, slight mishits here that day. They really didn't put the ball into play as they would have liked to. But Siipe definitely tightened up and had a very clean inning. At the start of the second half here, I want to again reach out to our sponsors and tell them a big, big thank you for making this all possible here. So One Leasing Finland, Foronum, Terveystalo, and Intersport. Thank you very much for your support of pesäpallo here in the Helsinki region.
Yeah, and it is very much appreciated. There's a huge crowd here today, Tony.
This is a good turnout, yes. Borman in our batter. First attempt not successful. A nicely placed ball, hit just high enough to be out the reach of the fielder. on first base. That's Sebastian Lahti.
I was going to just say that's the beauty of some of these bouncing hits. It's a whole style of play here in pesäpallo in Finland. The pompo, the bouncing hit.
Not just hard hits, but they're really putting spin on the ball, placement of the ball, really doing something with it to get what they want. Advancing a runner, getting themselves on base, creating situations. Ooh, a hit past the catcher into right field. Runners on first and second.
Yeah, we haven't seen perhaps the most interesting of shots, I think, yet. That's one that comes off the handle of the bat.
The knob hits, yeah. Those are unique. That's definitely something I hope we get to see tonight, and our fans out there on YouTube and Ruutu. Our batter is Veeti Lankinen. Strike. Foul ball. Runners return.
And the bat is out.
It's called out.
Yeah.
Okay. Intentional ball thrown. Runners don't bite. Ooh, very well placed ball by Miro Kähkönen to advance the lead runner from second to third. And another scoring situation for Siipe.
Yeah, Kähkönen had a 63.98% average of moving the point runner coming into this game.
That's why we said to keep your eye on him. He is dangerous and gets himself on base to create a bases loaded situation. Let's see what Siipe decided to do. They're going to stay with the batting order the way it is. Elmari Lonkinen now at bat. Ball just rolled up the middle. Nothing to be done with that one. Everybody stays tight. Second attempt. Ball. Oh, a nice pickup by Puna-Mustat. That's hopefully now the turning point that they were going to pick it up. A little bit of a delay here by Puhtimäki. Throw off the timing.
Well, the pitcher is in charge of all of that.
Ooh,
The
there's a
short
spin,
hit.
and
Hunts
can
it
something be
down,
done?
Gets the out. And it looked pretty close from up
Ooh.
here.
He had to dive all out to get that.
So here's Lukkari, the joker, the other player to look out for in the Siipe lineup. You know, he's had 3 RBIs in the last 2 games coming into this and hits over 50% success rate in the last 4 games, which as a hard-hitting joker is pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
He was one of Siipe's key signings from the off-season last year.
Siipe failed to capitalize in that inning with the bases loaded situation with one of their best batters at bat. And Puna-Mustat escape that inning unscathed. They will be very happy to come away with that without having given up a run.
Very happy indeed, because of course now they can hit the reset button when it comes to their batting. Say, okay, come on, let's get out there. No harm, no foul. We didn't concede any runs there. Let's just get it going.
Yeah.
And
again, it all started with Puhtimäki making that out at home there to keep the run off the board and get a crucial out. Really set that up.
well, he was on the Itä-Länsi side for the East-West, the All-Star game for the Pesis All-Star game this year. So that tells you that he's still top of the game.
Yeah.
He's not, I mean, he is by far the best pitcher in this league. And that's the kind of things that a pitcher needs to do. And he walks, Heinomäki walks off.
First pitch, first ball, first runner.
Yep. It's that quick.
Very nicely placed ball. Advances. Makala gets on base. Runners on first and second. Ramat, our batter. Sharply hit ball right to the first baseman. Cleanly picks it up. No damage is done.
Yeah, he's going to really want to try and hit it down through that channel beyond that first baseman.
There is a bit of a gap there. Let's see if he can. Oh, he hits it to the other side and cleanly picked up by the catcher there. Oh, there we go. That's our handle hit. And
you, Ville.
Everyone is safe. That is one of the most unique things you're going to see here in pesäpallo. When they turn the bat around and hit it with the knob of the bat to put the ball in play, put little, if any, speed on the ball, but maybe a little bit of spin.
Yep.
And successfully done. We got the bases loaded. And Pohtimäki is our batter. Let's see if he can turn this into something. Not on the first attempt.
So you can hear the crowd clapping in the background.
He's getting into it.
This is, again, another feature of pesäpallo here in Finland. The rhythmic clapping along. Just bounced in front of the outfielder. And there was a moment there where the runner thought, you know, are we going? But no, the signal still stays off.
Pohtimäki's third attempt. Oh, out is made at home.
At home, yeah.
And everybody else will be retired.
Yeah, an expensive out for Pumu there, because not only is it an out recorded, but it has retired everybody. So now they have to build the inning again.
Ooh, that was costly.
Yeah.
First ball hit wide. Our batter, Eero Petäjä.
So just looking at the games around the league, Koskenkorva won that first period against Jyväskylän Kiri. So as things stand, Puna-Mustat still have a chance to finish second in
Very
the division.
good news indeed.
For Siipe, of course, the situation less good for them. They will nevertheless be in a relegation battle at the end of this season.
Let's see if we can play spoiler here. If they can turn things around the second period.
And that's a walk for Sigvart as the ball just fell to the side of the plate.
Petäjä was retired. Sigvart gets on with the walk, and now Savilahti at bat. Lays it down and successfully moves Sigvart to second base. Quickly back at bat. Ball caught in the outfield, but
He'll retire himself there. He says, "I'll have that one."
Hand it over to the next batter, basically.
Yeah. Running
Next
low.
batter's Levi Lehto.
Yeah, running low on strikes, you might as well. Lehto.
Nicely placed, but nothing can be really done with that. No advance, no runner to, batter to first. Drive to deep part of the field and just foul over that back line.
Of course, if the outfielder touches the ball, and it would have fallen foul anyway, that ball becomes in play.
Yep.
So if you're going to catch it, you got to make sure you catch it.
Yep.
Otherwise, you could be just gifting them a successful
hit.
hit.
Is he going to get him out at first base? Goodness. Does not come up with the goods here. Fortunately, the runner stayed at second base. Dahlstrom now at bat.
So yeah, running low on resources now. Puna-Mustat. Can Dahlstrom work his magic?
Not on the first attempt. Runner stays on second.
With the ball being off the plate. Didn't want Sigvart to be off
That
base,
was
but that is
successful. Very well
what
done
he's
to
going for.
move the runner to third base into a scoring position. Now let's see if Dahlstrom can capitalize on this and bring him home.
Now, with the last strike,
He's going to retire
goes
himself.
for the high hit. They'll
Oh, but they
intentionally drop
it intentionally. Again, a tactical play by the defensive team to put the runner on first base to create two forced play situations.
Well, the thing here is they know that Sigvart is a quick runner. They know that they're going to struggle to get the ball to home plate. Well, Dahlstrom, okay, he's a hard hitter. His skill is smashing that ball around the park. It's not speed that he has in those legs anymore.
Noah Hoik, batter. It's the first one. Foul.
So Hoika here now either has to create a chance that'll just see Sigvart come back, or him and Dahlstrom retire. Just through the gap.
Shoots it through the middle.
The runner
Sigvard
decides to go.
is speedy, but
The play
thrown
is
out at the
made,
plate.
and it remains 0-0.
Seemed like there was a chance there, but Sigvard just couldn't make it in time. That was a very strong throw from
Yeah.
the outfield to get the out to finish the inning for Puna-Mustat.
Well, Pumu, they build, but they just couldn't capitalize there. So they had a fair few third base situations. And
Just couldn't take advantage of them.
no, absolutely. And so this Sippe side, they'll be thinking, hey, we're still in this. You know, we may have lost that first period, but we're 0-0 against this side that has some very senior players. You know, I mean, Pumu, they attract these players because of this movement that's happening here in Helsinki. but-
Promotion certainly helps.
yeah.
Again, Siipe is trying to play spoiler here. Before we get started with the bottom of the second inning, I want to say thank you to Karhu Craft, Intersport, and Vala Hotel for their support for today's event. Our batter is Makkonen, Joker player. So he can come in and reach his
Takes
own
the
base
ball.
on a ball. All it takes is one with no runners. Driven way out of the field. Foul ball. Makkonen goes back to first.
Yeah, and there's somebody on a bike going along there where that ball just was, because that is a public path and cycling track back
Batter
there
number
as well.
6, Akseli Mäkinen. We have some very talented ball boys today here making some good catches.
Yeah, well, could be the future of this club.
Oh!
Makes the
Wow.
out at first.
I had not seen that.
That's something else.
Goodness. Ball off the glove of one into the glove
Into
of
the glove of the
another.
other. So of course, hey, didn't touch the ground, still live, retires the runners, and they get the out at first as well.
Foul ball at the plate, shorted.
So we've gone back to Purmanen. Top
We
of the lineup.
skipped. Boy, this game's moved so fast. You have to really
Yeah, it really
can be
hits
tough to
an-
keep up with at
Yeah,
times.
it hits an extra gear in Urkus Pesis, and then it goes up another gear again in Super.
And that was something you and I had commented on, that the game on Wednesday was at another pace from last year.
Yeah.
And it was really fun to see. It makes it all the more exciting for everybody who's watching. Sebastian Lahti, our batter now. Ooh, well placed, right in the middle of that group of players, but he does it in advance.
Sort of top spin on it
Yeah.
there. Now, Sebastian Latti, of course, as I was mentioning earlier, the only player to have been in that Siipe Super Pesis side that were unfortunate enough not to continue, even though they earned their spot. So he would love, I'm sure, to get this club back to a position where they're in the big leagues.
Lofty's second attempt was almost placed in the same spot. Third attempt is driven high up. Oop. Players coming together, but the catch is still made, and Lofty's retired, but not out.
So now we go to number 3. Ooh, that falls foul. So this is Lankinen. Again, trying something with that top spin. It just didn't come off there, unfortunately, for Siipe.
And again, with no runners, the first ball allows the batter to go to first base. Lankinen now on first base. Ball driven in between a couple of defensive players for Puna-Mustat. And Miro Kahkonen on first base. First and second, 1 out. Batter number 5, eliminate Lonkanen at bat. Driven, looks like that's going to go foul, but
Catches
caught.
it. But everybody
first-
stays safe.
Not high enough. Foul ball shorted at the plate. You can see the pitcher come up here and quickly put the ball back in play because the runners have to get back to their bases first.
Yeah. So we've had a few comments on YouTube at the moment wanting to know a little bit more about the catch. We explained that in the insert video, which is available on the blog, but just very quickly, yeah, if the runner is not safe on base, so if they've lost the safety of the base and the ball is caught, then they are retired. And it's the safety of the base that's important, because they still have to run to the next one then.
Yeah, again, everything's a force play. So when you put that ball in play, you need to go to the base that you're going to. And if you start running to the base, you got to complete it or get back onto your previous base. Can't be caught in the middle. Oh, and there's going to be
There's the
out
out.
at second base.
Nice, simple defensive play. there
Right
from
to him.
Puna.
We're going into the top of the third now. No
an-
score.
No, yeah. No score. Just another comment here from the YouTube. Why did they throw the ball to first base after a walk? Do you know, when I first started watching pesäpallo, I struggled with that as well. I was like, hang on, why is that happening? I'm sure they just called that a walk. It's because of this. So before the pitcher pitches, they have to have the right to pitch. They have to have that permission to pitch. And so in order to make the game work smoothly, the pitcher has to throw to an infielder. That's the rules. That's the way it goes. And obviously, if somebody's on first base, they will throw to them first because they're the quickest person there. Usually, after a walk, you want to get pitching straight away. Get back on it, because if you want to stay in control of the game, you stay in control of the pace of the game.
And again, that right to pitch also comes up, that you'll see the pitcher fake a pitch, and to regain the right to pitch, he has to throw the ball to another infielder to get the ball back for the right to pitch once again.
Yeah. So there's all these kind of rules about when they need the right to pitch and stuff. But if they start making a movement, and there is, I mean, you can write a whole thesis on the the actions of pitching. You know, they're so complicated. But if they don't do it all in one fluid movement, they got to go get the right to pitch and start all over again. And sometimes you'll see pitchers purposefully stop halfway through their movements again as a draw to try and draw those runners off base.
Right.
Either to throw to the base, or in the instance of somebody on third base, you just have to still be holding the ball.
Still done with the purpose. Top of the third inning here for Puna-Mustat. Heinemäki is our batter. Bunted the ball, short little bunt, but doesn't try to advance, so he gets his second attempt now. Drives the ball deep. Ball's caught. He'll run to first base and just simply be retired.
So now Sigvart once more trying to get it going here.
And again, our Jokerit in Finnish, sorry, Joker players can be placed anywhere in the lineup in the inning once. And we have 3 of them here. They're in, for Puna-Mustat, they're in the bluer jerseys.
Yeah, there's again, it's in the rules. They have to wear a special vest that shows that they are Joker players. They have to be designated as a Joker, so they wear a different top, basically.
A well-hit ball, and Sigvart's speed puts him on first base. Joona Mäkelä, our batter.
With the vertical bat.
Driven and over the back line for a foul ball.
Now, if this was last year, that would have gone straight into the yellow outbuildings for the hospital construction.
Safe at second base. There was a little bit of collision at the home plate area, but Mäkelä safely gets to first base. And now we have a little bit of a injury situation at second base. A little bit of a cramp, it looks like. Puna-Mustat medical staff will go out there and take a quick look. So we'll have a short break here.
Yeah, Sigvart, very important player for this side, captain for this side, of course, as well. He's going well today. 3 successful hits to first base from 5 attempts. But obviously, if he's got a bit of an injury, there will be a worry. So I'm sure everybody here hopes that he's okay.
Let's hope it's nothing more than a cramp.
So whilst we have a moment, we will also give a little shout out to some of the sponsors.
One Leasing Finland, thank you very much for your support in making this event happen. Forenom, Karhu, Terveystalo Sport, Intersport Suomenoja. Appreciate everything you've done to make this possible today. This second edition of the English game with Puna-Mustat here in Helsinki at Meilahti pesäpallokenttä. Sigvart has been attended to. Looks like he'll continue. Our batter will be Ville Rämät, and we are back underway here.
Just very quickly from around the league, Jyväskylä and Kiri have taken a lead in the bottom of the second inning of the second period. So they're 2-0 up against Koskenkorva.
That's the one we're keeping our eyes on a little bit more. Ooh, very well placed ball.
Lovely.
Rämät moves Sigvart to third base in scoring position. We have no outs, runner on first and third. Rämät at bat. Sigvart, a fast runner at third base. Ooh, almost caught Mäkelä off base there, but very well placed ball. Nobody there, easily on first base. Bases are loaded.
Yeah, I think Hangasmar was really itching to see if Sigvart was going to take the bait for that intentional ball. But no, stays safe at third base.
That brings up Juha Puhtimäki. Driven deep. Runners stay on their bases, and the ball is over the back line for a foul ball. Second attempt.
There's the fake action. So the throw to the first baseman to get the right to pitch again.
Balls hit up middle field. Nothing to really be done with that. Runners stay on their bases. Puna-Mustat still at bat.
And it
and
gets
a
past.
misplayed ball.
And that is
Allows
Sigvart
Puna-Mustat.
home for the run. And
Run batted in for Puna-Mustat. Bases are still loaded.
yeah,
And is that Hoika?
Noah Hoika, yeah.
Oh, goodness. Oh, but the runner didn't quite get off early enough to take advantage of that. Has to go back. Makes it back in time. Noah Hoika's first attempt is unsuccessful.
So let's see if Hoika can pull this lead.
Masma, oh goodness, he caught him off the base.
And you see
Makela is now out.
you see Hoika, they're calling time here because you see Hoika trying to hit the ball. There's now going to be a discussion with the game manager for Puna-Mustat.
Though an intentional ball was thrown by Hangasma, Hoika still went after it.
Which, of course, you know, he is able to do.
It's a legally pitched ball.
But
I think he might be claiming some kind of interference on Hangasma to actually put the ball in play. So let's see what the officials come up with here. By the way, our officials for today, our field umpire is Arto Määtä. Our pitching referee is Jussi Harjo. Our second base official is Lenni Oliver Ripati. Third base official is Santeri Mustonen. And our backline judge is Niko Matlar. I want to give my fellow officials, as I am a baseball umpire and a baseball 5 game official myself, so I want to give these guys just due, because without game officials, without umpires, without referees, it's just practice.
absolutely. And people often forget that. People forget the importance of the officials, the importance of the scorers and stuff as well.
Yeah,
But
there are a lot of people around the sport that are needed. The medical staff, the moms and the dads, first and foremost, when we're talking about young people, but the wives and the girlfriends and the friends and the family, and our scorers. Big credit. I started off as a scorer in California when I was young. Loved scoring. Scorers are also a big part of pesäpallo here, and the umpires and the referees are very, very important to the game. So if you're not on the field playing, look into some other jobs around the game.
So I think we might be almost ready to restart.
They've broken up their conference, and we're just waiting for the final decision on where we're at.
Of course, this is the last game of the regular season, so everybody's
And a lot on the line as well, too.
yeah.
And even though this is the English game, they are playing the game on the field in Finnish. So we're trying to
Absolutely.
do a little bit of simultaneous translation as well. So Makela is going to be out. Runners on first and second. Matt is still at bat, drives it very foul off to the right side. This is the second attempt. Game manager goes over to Matt, thus whispers something that is here for some tactical inspiration.
Temper's still rising a little bit here.
Plate official trying to control things here. You'll hear the teams screaming where the ball's located so everybody's aware. Communication is essential here. Safe at third.
Third.
Woo!
Now,
That was tight.
that is tight indeed. Wow.
So
Now
base
the
is loaded again.
And of course it's Jere Dahlström now to bat.
Puna-Mustat have scored 1 run, and a ball bounced
Falls in.
over the head. 1-1 will definitely score.
It's going.
It's
going.
going. A second run is going to score.
It's all the way
Dahlström
to the back.
makes it all the way to second base, and it may be. Nope, he's
No,
going to stay at
he's holed up
second.
at second.
But Noah
Three
Hoika is also
runs
going to score 3 big runs. Just scored with a well-placed ball that bounced over that second defender and continued on to the basketball court at the back of the field here. So 3 runs.
Yeah, and that's the
3 more runs, I should say.
Yeah, and that's the great thing about pesäpallo, because once it's been in play, it stays in play until either you get an out or the runners have all
We
scored.
don't have back fences to deal
No.
with, so you've seen the famous video of the ball going into the river. That's got a lot of play around the world via Major League Baseball and John Boy. Retired at first base. Dahlström still at second. 1 out has been recorded. 3 runs are in. I think I misspoke when I said 3 more runs. 3 runs have scored.
So now, Livilehto.
Savilahti reaches first base. Runners on first and second. Savilahti on first, Dahlström on second. Lehto drives to the deep part of the field, but caught.
Yeah, the
Again, a
info
high drive.
graphic is still showing 3 runs, but it actually was Puma are now 4-0
Yeah,
up.
I'm looking at my monitor here and I'm seeing only the 3 runs here, and I thought I had it right. So that retires all the runners in the batter. And our batter is now Rikonen. Sorry, they skipped again and went to
Skipped, yeah.
Heinimäki. Tactical skip by Puna-Mustat. Heinimäki on first base on the base on balls, a walk, or a 1 wrong pitch with no runners on. Mäkelä, the batter, drives it, in between beautifully.
You see Heinimäki is practically halfway to second base
Yeah.
already.
Like he knew what was going to happen. Ramet, the batter. Mäkelä on first, Heinimäki on second. Drive to the right side. Caught by the fielder. Nobody tries to advance. First attempt is done. Right in between, but again, nobody moves, so.
Yeah, signals off, so nobody's advancing there.
1 strike.
And he's
That was
out.
out. Yeah,
Off the
caught
base.
Caught him off base.
So Pulttimäki is up now. It was Ville Ramet. Obviously didn't make it to first base on his 3rd attempt, so it's Pulttimäki.
That's the out, and not Mäkelä from first base.
No, he was there just in time, I think. Otherwise, I suppose technically there would have been 2 out, and that would have ended
Yes.
the inning.
We have 2 outs now with runners on first and second. Pulttimäki still at bat. A little bit of a discussion by the plate official Jussi Harjo.
Now, if anybody still is wondering what on earth is going on and you have any questions for us, please drop a comment if you're watching it on YouTube.
Nice pickup.
But there it is. That's the end of the inning. The ball taken and thrown out at third. So, whilst we are changing innings, just a score update from the Koskenkorva game. Koskenkorva are now 5-2 up against Jyväskylän Kiri. So that's how quickly things can change. As it stands, if both of these games finish with the same teams in front, Puna-Mustat will earn that first round bye in the playoffs.
That is huge.
Well, it's massive, because not only does it mean that they don't have to go into a best-of-3 series, but actually there's a technical issue when it comes to the availability of players, because as I mentioned before, Puna-Mustat has a farm agreement with Monza, and because they have that, there has to be a window of 5 days where they can't play sort of for simultaneous leagues and all this kind of stuff. So there's a walk.
Makkonen, the joker player for Siipe, receives the ball and gets to go immediately to first base.
So as I say, having a first round bye, it actually will make a big difference for the availability of some key players.
These are just some of the inner workings of pesäpallo, Pesis.
Yeah. You also usually have to work out when people are free from their jobs and things like that as well.
Yeah, we are semi-professional.
And the out is made at second base. Yeah, talking about availability, Eero Pataya missed 5 games earlier this year, not through injury. No, he was working as an engineer in Turkey. So
that would have made it difficult to get here.
Yeah, that's one of the things, you know, as a game manager and as a club, you know, you wouldn't ordinarily think about in professional sports, but you know, these are ordinary people doing extraordinary things, Tony, as I always say.
Exactly. For you out there who know baseball a bit better, think about the Czech Republic team that went to play in the World Baseball Classic. Firefighters, teachers, engineers. That's what we're looking at here, these similar kind of guys.
So this is Savola.
Savola at bat, advances the runner. Runners on first and third. Savola's still at bat. 1 out.
Puutimäki hunts it down,
picked up
throws
very
to
easily,
second.
made the out at second base. Runner at third stays there, but the batter advances to first base, and then we have 2 outs. Runner advances on that soft hit to second and third. Pirskanen, our batter. High fly ball. Pirskanen's going to retire himself unless they tactically drop it.
And they retire.
They don't.
So
That Miettinen, the joker, Miettinen will take his turn at bat now. But the out is made at home plate. The ball was caught. The runner was caught running from third to home and easily thrown out at home plate, putting no runs on the board for Siipe in the bottom of the third inning. We go to the top of the fourth with Puna-Mustat leading 4-0.
yeah, well, Puna-Mustat starting to feel a bit more like they usually have been.
Settled in, it looks like, a bit more.
I mean, coming into this game, they've won 18 of the 23 games they've played, and actually had won, I believe, 7 in a row. Oh. So, yeah. And against the top teams as well, you know, like Jyväskylän Kiri, Kankaanpää, who we saw here the other day, Pesis. all of these teams that are vying towards the top end of the table, Puna-Mustat have managed to ride through and earn victories there. So they're on a high at the moment, and they want to keep that going into the playoffs. So this is Puutimäki starting things off here.
Drives it beyond the back line for a foul ball. Puna-Mustat will try and probably get an insurance run or two here, but don't necessarily. Puutimäki is safe at first. Beat the throw.
Yeah, that hit beautifully placed along the left foul line. That's the running track for the runner, and you just know that the pitcher has got to try and chase that down. And so if you place it perfectly
With the spin.
then the pitcher has got to do 2 or 3 times the work. But it all comes to nothing there as Puutimäki is retired, as was our batter Eero Pataya.
Which brings up to bat Valtteri Savilahti, the left fielder. No, sorry,
No,
we are going to
Sigvart.
Sigvart, the Joker. Ooh, nice stop by the first baseman. Doesn't need to hang on to it cleanly because it's just an attempt. And the ball's thrown, so Sigvart is on first base. Again, remember Sigvart is a fast runner. Did need some medical attention just a moment ago, but he's going to reach second base easily on that. And you see the typical head-first dive by the pesäpallo players. Let's pick up at the middle for an attempt.
So Savilahti puts that into shallow center field. Nicely done to first base. Runners on first and second.
Which brings up Leevi Lehto.
Oh,
Wow.
an infringement. Is it? Now.
We're going to have a discussion here.
Yeah, I think the pitching umpire was suggesting that there was an infringement from the pitcher.
So the out is not made at third base
No,
because of that.
because the pitcher has to back away when the pitch is thrown.
Yeah, the pitcher, as you can see here in pesäpallo, is standing right next to the batter very often and has to make a little bit of room to get out of the way after the pitch is made. But in that case, it was not done. Lehto hits it high, tactical drop to load the bases.
So Noah Hoika now.
Let's see what Noah Hoika can do this time around.
It's the crowd starting to get into this one. The tactical ball, nobody's falling for that one this time.
Drive to the deep corner, but that's going to go outside the field of play for a foul ball. Well
stays
placed
fair.
ball, my goodness.
Sigvart scores.
1 run scores easily. Advances all the other runners. That was that insurance run I was talking about. That'll help.
Absolutely. Every run
And
is a
Dahlstrom
bonus.
comes to bat to possibly do some more damage. Let's see if he can capitalize on this. And it looks like
It falls
he
in.
does. It drops. 1 run scores easily.
Come on,
A
Jari.
second one
Is
will
he
score
going to
easily.
make
Is
it
he
to
going-
third?
He's going to try for third.
He's going for it.
He's going to make it as well for a home run in pesäpallo when you
And
get to
that-
third base. Scoring all the runs
Wow.
and himself.
Happy birthday, Jere Dahlström.
Hyvää syntymäpäivä, Jere. Hieno lyönti.
And this is what I was talking about before. So all the players running over to congratulate on the home run.
But no play was being made.
But no play was being made at home. So yeah, that's.
This is the way it should be done.
This is the way it should be done, folks. Yeah. So now, the score almost insurmountable for Siipe, surely.
So that's going to be 9.
9-0 now.
And nobody out, and Dahlström still on third base after his home run.
Yeah, so he'll get a chance to come home and score a run at the end of this as well.
Eero Petäjä, our batter now. Drives to the right side of the field deep, but caught first attempt. Well, we did say that Puna-Mustat had it in them to score runs like this, and they've done it now. Last 2 innings have been very, very productive for them.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this side has some real firepower. They've got some really good fast runners, but I don't know what it was earlier on today. Just things weren't clicking for them. It wasn't clicking for Siipe either to start off with, but
looks like we've skipped a couple batters to go to Tajama, Lucas, our right fielder. Drives it deep.
and that is foul.
Just over the line for a foul ball. Dahlström will go back. This will Savilahti to first base. Another attempt.
The high
Get
hit.
another high fly. Savilahti leaves first base. Yama. Tactical drop allows the runners to stay on their bases. So now we have bases loaded situation. No outs.
Check this out for his stat for the day. Jere Dahlström, 1 home run, 7 RBIs. 90% success rate moving point runners. I mean, that is a good day.
It's a good on your birthday. Animaki hit the first ball for first attempt.
It's gonna fall.
Second one is tactically dropped in foul territory, essentially. And again, the high fly ball to retire everyone. Clear the bases. Puna-Mustat will start fresh again with batter number 2, Joona Mäkelä.
And Mäkelä is one of those speedy runners. Bouncing hit.
High bouncing ball.
Not a chance to stop that one. Ville Ramet now.
Nothing to be done there. Picked up cleanly, thrown to second base for the out. Thrown over to first, but Ramet is safe at first. Ball gets away.
So
Ramet will advance to second.
Ramet profits from that misthrow there.
We have our first out. Ooh. Almost a second missed throw there.
Puhtimäki at the plate.
First attempt unsuccessful by Puhtimäki.
The runner's going.
Nicely placed. Oh, gonna get him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Puhtimäki.
didn't make it back in time.
No. But Ramet moves to third. That was always the main part of the plan. But I think Puna-Mustat just
Sacrificed himself
yeah.
in order to get it done.
Well, I'm not so sure whether that was his choice or whether it was the game manager's choice on that one. Saw him hold his hand up, so to say, yeah, my bad, at the end of that. But Ramet obviously was.
Oh, with the 9-run lead
intended.
right now, it doesn't really do too much damage. So
No, sure.
we all make errors.
But Ramet had such a big hop from second base to third. Clearly was to be the beneficiary of that move.
Retires the runner from first and the batter. Ramet still at third base. 2 outs. Puna-Mustat leading 9-0 here in the top of the 4th inning.
Just a quick score update on the Koskenkorva game as well. Koskenkorva have scored again, so it's now 6-2 in the second period.
This is starting to look better and better all the time now.
For Puna-Mustat.
Levi left our batter. It's the
And that
and
simple out to home.
easily picked up by the fielder, thrown home on the runner running from third base home. Gets him out, 3rd out. And we now go to Sipe's half of the 4th inning.
And what an inning they have to find.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a huge ask for them.
Before we start the bottom of the 4th here, again, I want to we're getting a change here from the plate official here. So
Well, this is so you. If the cameras cut to them in a moment, you'll see some players are changing shirts and things. This is what I was talking about with you before, Tony, before we started broadcasting. There is the name and the numbers on the shirts are interchangeable.
Yeah.
So you can take them off. By regulations, they have to have Velcro there. And this is exactly the reason why, because the number you wear is the number you are in the lineup.
the batting order.
It is not your squad number or anything like that. We know that Pumu, their shirts, they have a specific squad number that is affiliated with them. A lot of teams actually don't, but the number on the shirt, you have to wear it. If it's not there, technically, you can be pulled over the coals for that.
So we're trying to catch up on the changes that were made here so we get the names correct here. But our first batter of this inning for Siipe was listed as Purmanen. I'm just verifying whether that's still the case.
Purmanen.
Okay. So that is the case. He reaches first base on his base hit that slips through.
So we've seen them move Pettu Makkonen into the number 2
now is
slot.
the second.
Just get a new ball sent to Puutimaki.
Right on the line, but safe at second.
That is
Nicely placed
as
ball.
close as you can
Yeah.
get with those things. But
We've had a
what
couple of close calls like that today.
we have, and what a
Oh,
great grab!
goodness.
What an
a
absolute
play.
screamer!
And again, we are talking about very close distance here, probably 20 meters away, and that ball is just shot straight at you and just sticks up the glove, and look what I
Huge.
found in my glove. And he gets the out at third base, so that's 1 out.
And of course, it retires the other runner as well.
Yes,
so
exactly. And because there are no runners on base, a 1 miss pitch, 1 ball puts the batter on first base.
So that was Lankinen. So now is number 4 is Miro Kahkonen.
Now, our star player is not going to be changed out, so Kahkonen, who's had a good day today. See if he can add to that. Bring this a little bit closer. Shoots it up the middle, gets himself on base, and drives the runner to second.
Yeah, breaks through the infield there. But Siipe are still going to have to create a lot of chances.
Number 5 batter Lonkanen.
Easy out at third there now, just 1 out away from a 3-point victory here for Puna-Mustat. And a long way to go for Siipe.
Ball. Backspin. Reaches third base easily.
So this is Elmari Lonkanen. Lonkainen, sorry. And the high hit is caught, and Lonkainen is retired.
Runner still stays at third base, so we still have 1 runner in scoring position, 2 outs, but a 9-run deficit here for Siipe, so they're up against the wall here. Let's see what they can do. Driven up the middle, nothing to be done with that. First attempt completed.
This is Akseli Mäkinen. Finds space, but the signal is not on for the runner, so Mäkinen will take first base.
Hongasmaa is now our batter. First and third situation. Smartly moves the runner up to second, but also gets himself on base in the meantime.
So this is Mikko Lukari.
This
now.
is exactly his situation. The runner wisely goes back when he realized that ball could be caught from third base.
And uncharacteristically for Lukari, he has been
That one's
taken
foul.
out of this game. He's had no successful hits, no RBIs so far. So a big tactical advantage there from Puna-Mustat, making sure that he doesn't get those opportunities. And the catch.
Caught, and everybody will be retired. Clearing the bases. Have to start over from scratch.
Well,
Try and catch up.
starting over from scratch, yes, but there's not a lot of ingredients left in the pantry.
No, because if
There's
we
only a few.
go through the batting order and don't score 2 runs,
Yep.
the game will, or the inning will end, and in fact, our game will end.
So this is number 10, Kalle Miettinen. With the,
The knob.
shot. Well, there we go. This is number 8,
Driven up the middle,
Alexi Savola.
runner to second base. Oh,
And
and
this will
that's
be
your
the ball
game.
game.
Third out is made at third base.
And that is it. Unbelievable. Puna-Mustat came from just nowhere in that third inning to create a 9-run lead. And it was just far too much for Siipe. Well, Tony, that's the game. 3 points go to Puna-Mustat there. And, well, looking at the scoreline in the
my.
Koskenkorva game, they are now 11-2 up.
Oh, boy.
So I think,
So like we have here, a big lead going into the last.
yeah, so huge, huge lead there for them also. So, yeah, Tony, looking back through some of the statistics for this game, I mentioned a moment ago Jari Dahlström's 1 home run and 7 RBIs, but Noah Hoika as well.
Yeah.
Great game from him, 4 RBIs and a 67% success rate moving the point runner. How do you rate Hoika's performance today?
Oh, it was splendid. I mean, he was on point. I mean, you saw exactly why they put him in a joker position, and he came through today.
Kasperi Heinimäki struggled a lot getting to first base. Only 1 from 5 attempts getting to that first base. It's not the best position to be in as a leadoff hitter when you just can't get it going. But, Veli-Matti Sigvart, 4 from 6, helping bolster it up as a running joker. And that's one of the things with the joker roles. They can be anything from batting experts, whether it's hard hitters, advancers, where their job is to pull off almost like trick shots to move runners from first to second or second to third. And then you've got your running jokers like Sigvart, where you just need somebody on base, somebody with a bit of pace that you can then create something, because you very rarely can create something from nothing in pesäpallo. The best you can get is you can create a single run from a home run if you hit the ball in the right place.
But those are never a guarantee.
No,
I mean,
never.
It takes a little bit of luck as well, too. Right placement, maybe a misjudged ball. And we saw that today. Dahlström's ball was well placed between 2 fielders, bouncing over the second one, and it just continued on to score all 3 runs and himself and get him on third base. So, a little bit of luck is always needed, and he had it on his side today.
Looking at Siipe's stats, Mikko Lukari was completely taken out of the game by Puna-Mustat.
That's very big.
You can, like I was saying before, 3 RBIs per game in the last 2 games, and over 50% in the last 4 games hitting success. This game, not a single successful hit.
And you see it in the result. It just did not. The runs didn't come onto the scoreboard for Siipe because of that. Kähkönen was certainly his normal self.
Yeah, 67%. He had successes getting himself to first base, moving the runner to second, runner to third, and scoring as well. So different situations still was able to provide. Another name looking at here, Vetti Lankkonen, 100% on the day. Surprising looking back at it, but from 3 attempts overall, moved the runner to second, moved the runner to third twice. I mean, he did his job. Yeah, but overall, it just wasn't Siipe's day.
No.
Today, we always knew they were coming in as the underdogs, and at 13 third base situations, so they only had 3 third base situations that entire second period, which is significant because when you look at Puna-Mustat, you'll remember I said they had 7 third base situations in the first period. They had 13 in that second, so they really showed up and started to play in that second period. Tony, defense was a little bit better as well.
Yes, I agree. It did solidify a bit better. We did see one kind of big error from Siipe that kind of started that 4-run inning in the top of the third. But other than that, definitely a better on both sides.
Well, we'll take a quick look at some of these highlights from the game as Tony and I will make our way to the field and see if we can catch a few of the players. It's one of the quirks of pesäpallo that as fans, you can start to interact with the players at the end of the game as well. down here at the pitch at Meilahti. Everybody's starting to clear out at the end of the game here. Some of the players looking around, we can see a few of them may want to come and talk to us in English now at the end of this game. But yeah, it's been a thrilling production once again here. Great turnout. A lot of people turned out to the game today. Not quite as many as the Kankaanpää game the other day, but certainly a huge crowd. And you can see that pesäpallo is growing in the Helsinki region. One of the highlights from the game was some of those tactical outs. We saw some of those huge throws. And, well, quite frankly, these guys, they throw so fast, upwards of 90 miles an hour. And I believe we're going to have one of the stars from Puna-Mustat joining us now. Juha Puutimäki, congratulations on your win.
Yes, thank you.
Now, we know that this is the last game of the season. Are you ready for the playoffs?
We are playing the whole season and getting better, but mitenkä sanot, pidemmälle mennyt kausi.
Yeah, well, it's been a great turnout the last couple of games. Lots of fans coming to see you play. Do you enjoy playing here in Helsinki?
Yes, of course, and while more of fans in the stadium, it's just fun, more funnier.
Well, thank you, Juha. Congratulations and good luck for the playoffs.
Yes, thank you.
Well, that's just about it here on the field. Tony, any final thoughts from you?
Well, we've seen 2 games in a row now, and we've seen Puna-Mustat really step up. Okay, today they started off a little bit rough, maybe a little bit lazy, but again, they came through in the end and showed what they're made of. So I think going into the playoffs now with that first round bye is going to help along the way. So it sets them up for a very good playoff run.
It does, and as I said, it makes a lot of difference in terms of who is available for those games as well. So I know that they really wanted to get this win today as well. And of course, this is now the 2nd year in a row that they've won their final game of the season. Something which had eluded them for so long now seems to be a regular thing. Maybe, Tony, it is our English game broadcasts. Maybe they will want us to come back next year. What do you think about that?
I could not agree more. We are the lucky charm for this, so I think they need to bring us back next year for version 3, and hopefully this will be a Super Pesis time around, but who knows? Yeah, it's been great to be involved with this, to do this. It's not been easy, but it's been a lot of fun. Thank you, Iain, for everything that you've done to bring this and teach me about pesäpallo as well, too.
Well, thank you, Tony, as well. We couldn't have done it without you and your great commentary throughout the games. And yeah, it's great to see how pesäpallo is growing. It's great to see how it's mixing with a lot of the other bat and ball sports as well. So I always stay in touch with you about your baseball and baseball 5 stuff that's coming up. I always think the more you learn about all these different sports, the more you learn about the sports you already think you know. So thank you for helping teach me some of those things too.
My pleasure. It's been a lot of fun, again, to learn about this, and it really then makes me look at my sport and how I can expand it and teach people about it. So it's been a great experience.
Well, that's it here from Meilahti in Helsinki. I hope you've enjoyed this broadcast, and of course, if you have any questions, any comments, and of course you can get in touch with me. I'm Super Pesis Roundup. You can catch me on some of the social medias. There's a lot of information on the blog. The link was posted earlier on in this broadcast, and of course from Puna-Mustat as well. This has been a Puna-Mustat presented game, of course. But thank you all so much for watching. Take care. We'll see you soon.
Thank you. Bye-bye.